Hey, what's good, y'all? Happy Monday, August 22nd, 2022. So we're just gonna do a little film breakdown, man. I do a lot of train kids in Atlanta, kids to college players and pros, and then here in South Georgia, training more youth, meaning from 7 years old up to high school players. So we're in a shooting era. I mean, I think everybody knows that now. If you have watched my show, The Creative Athlete, you will see I've interviewed some college coaches and all of them say the same thing. They want you to be able to, make shots. They're recruiting kids that can make shots. And, basically 1 through 5, in today's game need to have the ability to shoot the three. Now, before we start talking about the three-point shot, from an analytical standpoint, a lot of these college coaches and, even pro teams, NBA teams, are studying the game from an analytical standpoint, meaning they're looking at percentages of, points and how to get the most points and where the best shots come from. And right now, the statistics are saying 2 feet in the paint, meaning, if you can see on this picture I have on the screen, we're going to start this video here in a second, but if you can get to that teal colored area and get a shot off, whether that be a mid-range pull-up or a floater, or if they can get a three, an inside-out three, that's what they want in today's game. But in order to get your rhythm for the three as a basketball player, you want to see the ball go in order to have confidence. So let's take a look at Michael Jordan and see where and how he scores from. We'll watch maybe 2 minutes of this, and I'll just kind of talk through it, and I'll stop it here and there. We'll see how my connection is with me doing this live in my YouTube. But nonetheless, let's study where a lot of us look at Michael Jordan as the GOAT. If he's not the GOAT, then he's, absolutely right up there for it, whether you disagree or not, or if you even study the game at that level. All right, so here's the first shot. Pull up right there at the mid-range, holding that follow-through landing in the same spot. Then we'll get a replay of it here. Notice how he's going to be attacking with his shoulders forward. On a lot of these shots, shoulders forward, pull up, nice. All right, mid-range. Getting open, mid-range. Catching it. And Michael Jordan does a great job at getting to his spot, in most cases. So, something to keep in mind. If Michael Jordan doesn't work, we'll go watch some of my highlights. I don't know why. Bear with me for a second. Let me see, let me see. I know mine should flow well. Some of the bigger links. This is the same game for me though. Same game. These are the same principles I teach from. Let me see, where is a really good mid-range game? You know what? I really like this game where you can really see. Give me a second. If you're just joining, we're talking about the mid-range pull-up, how to score from the mid-range. Let's see. So we were watching some Michael Jordan clips and we had some technical difficulties. We're letting that load up a little bit, but like I said, if you're just joining, we're watching, how to score from the mid-range. These are some of my highlights right here. So we'll take it back. All right, so I'm attacking the transition right here. Attacking in transition. Let's see, let me get this going. I got it on the screen, okay. So attacking in transition. There we go. Attacking the transition, I'm gonna get to my spot, land on 2. Got a little contact. Let me see, let that load. Got a little, okay, we got the rebound. Back up and we're finishing. I'll just try to talk through this without stopping it because you see we're having This video is acting like it doesn't want to play. Okay, this is just going to be an inside out 3. I'm at the top of the screen up to the top left. He's going to kick it out to me here. Inside out 3. 1 dribble to the left. This is just running in transition. He's going to make a skip pass. I'm going to knock down the 3. Now, this is where today's game is. Yes, I could have ran in for a layup, but this is kind of where today's game is. If you're watching this, you got to be able to make an inside out 3. This is attacking downhill, sidestepping the defender who steps up. And I'm able to go in here and get a finish. And you got to know when to attack and when to, make your plays, make your passes. 1 second, let me try to get this to work a little bit cleaner for us. All right, let's see if it'll work a little cleaner for us. Okay, popping out. So here on the weak side, they didn't have anybody to step up and help. So I was able to attack that, which is what you players have to be able to read. Here I am at the bottom of the screen. I'm gonna come off of a down screen. And right here, I was trying to find contact, right? I wanted to get contact, but the defender ended up just kind of running by. All right, so now transition, running our offensive set. We're gonna pass the ball. Now, as they pass the ball, the guy at the top of the screen is gonna come and set the screen for me. All right, we got a down screen now. Once I get it up top, there's this guy, I don't know if you can see my mouse, but this guy is gonna come up and set a ball screen for me. So it's all about patience. So young guys, when you get the ball on offense and you're waiting on a pick and roll, hold your triple threat. Hold your triple threat and be patient. Don't start your dribble. That's the hardest way to make a living. If you start your dribble immediately, then now I got to make moves off the pick and roll. Use your triple threat and then let that screen get set and then come off and attack. So that way you limit how many dribbles you have to use to get a bucket or to make a play. All right, let's see if this is playing a little smoother. All right, I'm waiting on it. So now, right here, we have a decision to make. So that's an in-between shot. I hope you can see my mouse, but that's an in-between shot. The defender is behind me. He even bumps me a little bit, but I'm just going to jump up in that open space and raise up and take that shot. I'm confident about it. I did have this big that was going to roll or potentially pop because he can shoot the 3, but I decided I was in a groove this game, so I was able to take that pull-up with confidence in between the defenders. As an offensive player, you want to be able to read that, knowing whether to pass or to shoot. All right. So same thing, similar setup. I think we are, I'm passing it. I'm coming off the ball. So now let's see what I do off the catch. Okay, now I'm catching it. So he's looking to recover, and I'm going to do what you call a reverse pivot. I think I'm going to spin baseline and set myself up for a pick and roll. So right here on the pick and roll. So now I love that hesitation dribble. And then now I'm able to right here attack. So now my defender, the guy who was guarding me, is kind of stuck on the ball screen. And now I got a decision to whether I can attack that big. And this guy who's setting the screen, I know is going to pop because he's more of a shooter. But me, like I said, being in a groove and trying to close the game out here in the second half, I was able to get a pull up here in between the defenders. Okay, I think we're gonna run that same play where I come off of a pick and roll. I'm gonna pass it to the guy up top. He's gonna swing it to the other side. Then he's gonna come and get me for a screen. Then I come to the top, and then now I can decide to go one-on-one or I can get a pick and roll. So here's the pick and roll, set it up, make a pass. He's coming to set a down screen. Notice how I was patient, and notice how once again I'm holding that ball until I want to make a decision. All right, now my big is there, a slight triple threat. One dribble hesitate. Now I have a gap here where this big isn't really hedging as aggressive as he should. Now I have my defender on my hip. Nobody stepped up in front. I was able to draw the N1. So make sure if you're watching this or if you're a parent and you're going to share this with your kid, make sure that you understand the simplicity that I'm using to get scores or get the spots. All right. That's what this is all about. How simple can you keep your game and then how efficient can you be with making some of these shots and utilizing your dribbles wisely, you know, while you're, you know, making these plays, man. You want to be smart. You want to look like you can play. So even if you're off, even if I'm missing some of these shots, you know, to a basketball eye and a basketball mind, they may still see that I know how to play because I'm getting to my spots and taking the right shots. Keep y'all free throw routine simple. Same play is working. So, let me see. Let me pause. Let me see what we got here. Oh yeah, I wanted to clear it out because now I have a smaller defender on me, and this is just reading the game, guys. I have a smaller defender on me, and I'm gonna just use my body. I'm gonna dribble and spin. When I dribble and spin, I'm doing it slow motion right here. I have another clip we'll watch here in a second where you'll see I utilize it a lot. It's a simple move where I ball in my right hand, I dribble and turn, put my body in between them. Now I have the ball in my left hand. And because I'm quicker than this defender that's on me, I'm gonna attack and get to that mid-range spot that we've been talking about from the beginning of this video. Learn how to get your money in the mid-range, then that'll open up your three-point shot and you know, so you can have some efficiency in your game. All right, let's take a look. All right, dribble, I'm gonna turn, bump. So now right here, that's where the action happens. So you see right here, he's already beat. You know, we're in Europe, so that's not going to be a foul, of course. But notice how I'm hunting contact on as an offensive player, and I think that's something that players have to do. I really want to hit on that. As an offensive player, I'm hunting. I want to get an angle, and then I want to hunt. I want to hunt and find contact, because if I have contact, that means I have control. As a defender, if I'm able to keep the offensive player in front of me, and if I'm able to keep contact, then I win the battle. But as an offensive player, you want to learn how to beat the defender at a tight angle and then get control with contact. All right, let's go take a look. Let me add that back to the screen. All right. Okay, let's take a look. I'm gonna make it big screen. Okay, so I got an angle. Now I'm attacking. So now for me, I want to get contact. Now, if you notice, I'm raising up and that defender is still racing to cut me off, right? So I got as deep as I could into the paint. And then now a shot that I love and that I train myself on religiously, the pull up, all right? Right into that sweet spot, cash it in, all right? The game is simple, guys. You wanna train yourself to, you really want to work hard at training yourself to be efficient with how you play. And I think having efficiency in your game will put you in a position to know how to score, know where to score from. I have a video that I posted that I was talking about how to score, you know, 20 points, 16 points a game. And I can hit on that real quick. You score 16 points, 20 points a game by, for one, you got to take shots. I think that's the number one thing that you gotta get in mind. You have to take shots. So if I want to score 16 points a game, I have to give me a second. I'm doing two things at once. I'm trying to get myself back on the screen, but also pull up the next video that I want to share with you guys before I let you guys go. But I want to take at least, I'll say 2 to 3 shots per quarter. And you want to hopefully make, you know, 1 to 2 of those shots. So you're hoping to go 2 to 3, or if you're taking 4 shots, 2 out of 4, so that's at least 50%. But if I can take 4 shots per quarter, if I can make 2 shots per quarter, right, that's 4 points per quarter. That puts me at 16 a game, right? But, you know, you guys come and train with me for an hour. Sometimes we take a couple hundred shots, and you get in the game and take 2 shots, 4 shots. You have to find a way within your system to be able to get your shots up with confidence and efficiency as well. So think about that. How do I score 16 a game where I need to take, you know, 2 to 4, 2 to 3 shots per quarter, and then now I can put myself in a position to have some success by just playing the numbers. And this isn't including if you're making free throws and getting to the line. This doesn't include if you're knocking down the 3-point shots. I'm only saying if you're scoring from 2, how can I get to 16 a game? You know, you want to have a game plan for that. All right, let's take a look at another video, and then I'll let you guys get out of here. But studying the game, man, is critical. I think this one will be good. Okay. Let's see here. You gotta, you know, I think one of the biggest things for me is we don't talk about this enough. Like, a lot of kids are doing skill training, and I think skill training is great. I think there are a lot of great trainers that I've seen that I see work from Atlanta to South Georgia, but we don't talk enough about the mindset. You know, the mind is one of the biggest parts of this whole thing. Armel, I'm gonna call you right back. I'm doing a live.
Okay.
I saw you got 2 workouts in, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the morning shooting and then at night too.
That's what's up.
1 hour.
Okay, let me hit you back.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So I forgot where I was at, but that was my man Armel. He putting in work. So let's take a look at this video. And here again, we're looking at where I'm scoring from. So in the beginning of this clip, I shot the ball a lot off the dribble. So I think this is a great video for us to take a look at. But in the beginning, I got to the mid range. If you watch me play, I like to go left to attack the basket, but I also like to go left to pull up. So they were allowing me to get into my rhythm with my left hand, and it opened up my game. And I was able to have a great shooting night from the mid range and stuff. So let's take a look at this. Try to let it load a little bit because it's been glitching out on me a little bit. Let me see if this one will play a little better. Bear with me, guys. I'm sorry about my lagging stream right here. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see if this one will do a little bit better. It's a highlight from 2018, 2019. So now, kind of re-listening this highlight. Just getting to my spots, getting to the mid-range, but then also being able to play from all 3 levels. I haven't really hit on that. Playing from all 3 levels is critical. Obviously, level 1 is the mid-range inside that box that I'm talking about. Level 2 would be outside of the paint, any area outside of the box within the 2-point area. And then we want to have the level 3, which is obviously what it is, the 3-point shot. So here in shot 1, I'm going to attack deep into the paint, right outside of the paint, slam on brakes and get a mid-range pull-up. Hope this plays. Okay, good pull-up. Okay. And then we're glitching again. Now we're glitching again. Let's see, okay. Inside out 3, watch the aggression on the footwork, hold the follow through. That's critical. You guys work out with me, you'll hear me say that a lot. Hold that follow through, get used to it. This is opening up on the top. When I'm running the offense here, nobody really got open. They did a good job at denying, so I was able to get, my hesitation pull up. Sorry, this is glitching. Okay, let's see what we got here. One of my favorite shots. Getting it up off the board on transition, and then being able to, push it up, find an angle on this defender where, I'm going to be able to, right here, I have a decision to make. I have a lane right here at that foul line that I can get to. It would have been better if my offensive player up top would have fanned out a little bit more, but I was still able to squeeze into the gap due to the fact that I was a little bit faster than this defender. And I got low right here. I talk about being low at the hips. I got a good bend in the knees, and my shoulders are going to get forward. Now we talk about playing with contact. Here I'm going to attack right here to the foul line, get my shoulder into the chest of defenders and take one of my favorite shots, is 1 foot fade. Contact right there. And then now I get the ball up in a shooting position. And then I'll be able to, have a high release and hold my follow through for a mid-range shot. It's one of my favorite shots. So here we go. Here's why I love holding my follow through until I land. One of the reasons I like doing this is because, for one, it helps with accuracy on my jump shot. But two, if I get touched in the air while I'm going through my shooting motion and I hold my follow through, if the defender hits me, I get 3 shots. So here's a perfect example of that. For one, remember, we hold our follow through for accuracy, but secondly, we hold it to allow that defender a chance to do something stupid like touch me while I'm still landing. All right, let's take a look. All right, hold my follow through, little contact. I'm going down. You touch me just a little bit. For me, you touch me just a little bit, I'm going down. All right, you touch me just a little bit, I'm going down. And I think that that's critical, like I said, for accuracy, but also to give that defender a chance to be under you when you land. All right. Ken, I just saw you, Ken. We got you, man. I'm trying to get 10, 20 orders. I got some I'm gonna do for the football team. I just saw your Facebook message. Shout out to my guy Ken, man. Yeah, man. So let me let that load a little bit. So yeah, we're talking about the mid-range pull-up if you're just getting on here, and how to, understand how to be a scorer. Just breaking down a little bit of my film. Let's see if that loaded a little bit. Get to the next level. Okay, here again, we got another, and see, here's another tip for point guards. So as a point guard, first off, we need to be viable scorers. I'm more of a combo guard, so scoring was always in my offensive arsenal. But more times than not, we can get easy scores by as simple as us pushing the ball up. So here we got they scored, we got the ball out of the rim. My head is up. See, I got one defender with his back turned to me. I'm pushing the ball up the court to make them have to guard us, to make them have to be ready. And let's see what we get out of this. Push it up with a little bit of pace. I got transition right here. So for me, with my game and my ability, and I hope that any player or any parent watching this, you encourage your child to train themselves to be able to shoot off the dribble from the mid-range, of course, but then you want to be able to expand that to the three-point shot as well. So for me, if you go under the ball screen, I got to let you have it. I got to let you have it, especially if I can get balance, if I can get, a clean look in my rhythm. Definitely want to have that in your offensive arsenal. All right, so I get to my spot, hold my follow through, able to knock it in. Right, so and here again, for some players, this may not be a good shot. This may not be a good shot, and for some players, if you train yourself, properly, it can be a good shot. It can be a routine shot. Right, so let's see what we got in this next situation. All right, triple threat. Use the pick and roll. Patience, right? So patience. So now I'm going to use the pick and roll, then we came off again. So if you see in the corner, in that top corner, this defender is going to help over. So I made a pass to a 6'8" rolling, center where I can make that high pass and he can catch it. But in some cases, if that's a bigger defender in the corner, that could be a dangerous pass. So that's where you would have your option to hit that defender pulling up, just for learning purposes. All right, so pick and roll, I made that pass over the top. But if you look on the wing, in that top wing, if you can see my mouse, that top wing up here by the referee, that was another option that I could have stopped and then made that pass, to a shooter for him pulling up on that pick and roll. But we were able to, make a play here. So here, I'm going to set a screen. They got kind of confused on the switch here. I'm going to step into it, guys, and you'll hear me say this a lot. If you've ever trained with me, you know how often I say this. jump and land in the same place, have balance, and hold your follow through. All right, let's take a look. So I'm gonna come off, get balance, hold your follow through. All right, notice how that ball is still in the air. I'm holding that follow through, knocking in shots. All right. Let's be very realistic. If you're a parent, you're a player watching this, and I'm sure coaches can attest to this. Coaches are attracted to guys who can score the ball. Coaches are attracted to guys who can shoot the ball. So if you want to get significant minutes, I advise you to be good at shooting. How often should you be working on your shooting? I mean, shooting is a very unique skill set, but it's also all about accuracy. The only way to be accurate is to train as often as you can. I know some guys play football or multiple sports, but basketball is the easiest sport to get better at. Doing form shooting, doing some basic shooting in your driveway, or going to the nearest court to polish up your form daily. It's critical because shooting is all about rhythm as well. All right. It's just defense and stuff. Y'all don't want to see no defense, right? Y'all don't want to see no defense. I gotta get this figured out. Let me see if somebody's saying something. I can't see if y'all have been commenting on this. Y'all bear with me if anybody has said anything or has any questions. Hey, Jeremy, we're going to get in there this week, man. I see my guy Jeremy hit me up. Shout out to Kennedy, too. Kennedy doing her thing. It's such a treat to train, young females. And just in general, like from training some of the pro players that I've trained that are female, girls tend to get laser focused a lot quicker. It's interesting to talk about. You young men got to get more locked in, man. Got to get more locked in. Let's see what we got. Okay, I love these. Now we get into the fun stuff. So right here, I know that, this is a big, it was a loose ball rebound, and I'm attacking them. I'm trying to get to my spot. I've been shooting the ball pretty fair. We're up right here. It looks like 8 points. And yes, I could have took that 3 right there, but I wanted to attack him. And notice with me, I like to attack with contact. So I'm always going to try to attack, give you a little bit of bump. If I'm close enough, I'll go 1 foot. But if I'm not close enough, I'll give you a bump and then, kind of get my balance landing on 2. Here, I think I got to my 1 foot. Contact. I landed on 2. Landed on 2, slam on break. So I think another thing to note too about the mid-range, if you don't have the basketball eye, when I'm attacking and getting to those spots, it's a race. It's not like, how when we do drills, sometimes when I tell guys to go gain speed and I have to show them over and over, I'm attacking that spot like I'm trying my best to get to the basket, but I'm attacking that spot and then slamming on breaks and raising straight up and straight down to knock in a shot. All right, so let's take a look at the next clip. Same thing, we got it here. And in this situation, now I have been attacking the mid-range. You've seen me make some threes. But on this situation, we're we got a pick and roll. I got a switch that I like, the same guy that I just attacked in the previous clip. But this time I'm gonna attack and get by. Now, you gotta throw your whole body into the drive. But notice how on this drive, I'm going by and I'm not trying to use athleticism on the finish. I'm attacking and I'm gonna do what you call a quick lay to beat that defender and take away his athleticism by laying the ball up quick. All right, so we got the pick and roll here, change of pace. And right there, I got to make a decision, or we kind of went through, but I got to make a decision on, do I kick it out or do I attack? And I was able to get through that gap for the attack. I really hated this glitch. I got to figure this out. Yeah, so now, I'll let that load for a second. So now, this is the last couple clips, and then I'll let you guys get out of here. I really didn't want it to be this long, but they put an athletic big on me, and how I got him off of me was going into a pick and roll with our post player. Then they would just switch it. Then I would have an angle to attack and make a play. And remember, when you're attacking to make a play, I'm looking to go get a score, but while simultaneously looking to see, do I have teammates that I can, get open or get involved into this play. So let's hope that this loaded and play for us. So here I got the switch that I want. I get an attack. I kind of lose it a little bit, but then I regain my composure, right? So anytime I lose the ball, I normally try to turn my body into the defender. If I don't pick it up, I know I would advise all players to pick the ball up instead of trying to dribble it up like I did. But I had a switch that I like. It's 2 minutes left in the game. We're down 6 points and we need a bucket. So, the coach decided to put the ball in my hands. And, in this situation, it was one of those things where I kept my dribble alive and I wanted to attack and get a score. So let's take a look. We attack, get that contact. I got to my 1 foot, fade. Now we're down 4 points. All right, so, yeah, man, I'll let y'all get out of here. But, nonetheless, I think, I want to try to do this more often and I want to get guys on as well. I want to get different players on and coaches just to kind of do this element of the show as well, where we're talking, we're talking basketball, we're studying it, and we're trying to learn, the process of how to be a great scorer. What's the point of doing all of this training if mentally, we're still locked up, right? Some of you guys train 2-3 times a day and with this trainer and that trainer and with these pros and these high-level high school guys. Some of you guys are playing high-level travel ball, but, when you go play, you don't stand out. Man, I think a lot of it has to do with more of a mental block than physical play. It's a lot of you guys that are talented. I know the coaches see some players play one way in a game, or one way in practice, or in a safe setting, and then when it's time to go play in these tournaments, sometimes guys tense up. So studying film, it can be also added to your regimen, along with your weights, along with your skill training. You got to study film. You got to study yourself. You got to study other players. Excuse me. You got to study other players to, learn their tendencies and habits and try to take and pull from them so that way you can apply it to your game. And so, hey, I hope this helped any young players or coaches. Please ask me questions. If you have a young player that will want to sit in on one of these sessions, we'll study a player. I'll get this video thing figured out where things can play smoother for us. But nonetheless, I appreciate you watching if you did. If you have any questions, once again, comment below. All right.